Hello everybody and welcome to another list video here with Bryn and I. And you know when Bryn and I are here, you know what that means. We rank things and we have to rank the mystic skills next. That was the next thing on our list as the skill squad because we absolutely killed it. Well, we struggled a bunch, but we learned a lot about skills, and I'm very excited for you to see the skills only run. I promise it's going to come eventually, but for the time being,
one day.
Yeah.
Anyway, we know all there is to know about skills now.
Yes, we are experts in it. So we have the 13 mystic skills ranked from what we thought was the worst to what we thought was the best, and a lot of middle in between. So why don't we dive in and talk about our first one here, which is number 13, Occult Theory. This is a one experience practiced expert skill. While it is in your hand or committed to a skill test, it gains brain icons equal to your book and book icons equal to your brain.
Yeah, so this is like not good for purple investigators mostly. Sometimes you can get 4 brain out of it, and that's kind of cool. But like where this is really good is in like other color investigators who get to play it. Usually like yellow because they have a big book score, and they can be like, here's a pile of brain. And
then like even when that is true, most of the time you're still just kind of like have tools that you're better for this.
For an XP, you can probably do better.
Yeah. I played this in like Norman Withers, and I was never like upset when I played it, but I mostly put it in the deck because people were like, you should try Occult Theory, and I was like, okay, I haven't played it yet this year, so that's kind of like where this one lives.
I never noticed before, but this guy's like branded with a pentagram.
I also noticed that for the first time right now.
I've never seen the art that big before because why would I?
Yeah. But he is. Like, this dude is...
he's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. This also, it lives in the kind of mystics that I hate, which are just like the ones where you have your brain and book at the same value, and it's kind of just like, but why?
Yeah, like it might not be terrible for Luke Robinson, where you do kind of want to use your book sometimes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, maybe that's a thing they have to do to get into like the occult faculty
section
or whatever.
Yeah, so like this is what it's
like you want
sleeves up, Norm. Yeah. We're gonna brand you.
Yeah, you want to work in this this piece of the faculty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get the brand going.
Get the brand. Somebody get the belt.
Yeah. All right, next one on our list here, we got Priean. This is a practiced augury skill that commits for a brain. Max 1 committed per skill test. After you commit Priean to a skill test, name even, odd, or symbol. After the test ends, if a chaos token of the same type was revealed during this test, you may return a spell card from your discard pile to your hand. So sick in Jacqueline, as it should be, she's in the art.
I mean, you'd hope.
But even then, in Jacqueline, I just like my cards doing what they do 100% of the time. It just makes my card, better for me. I don't want my card to potentially whiff, and just because it can potentially whiff, I'm a lot less interested in this card.
Yeah, this card might be neat in Dexter, where you can be like, the spell that I just put into my
that's actually, that's pretty cool.
Pile, it like is the one I want to play again. But it doesn't happen all the time, does it?
No. The Mystic ones are a bit weird, where like I think actually most of them, like even to like the top, are kind of just like flat. They're kind of just like fine at what they do.
Yeah, flat except that one that's sparkling.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of like one of those things that it's a little bit weird about the Mystic skills, especially as a class that has Astronomical Atlas. I wish they had some more juice in their skill cards, but I don't think any of these are outright terrible. But
no.
Yeah.
No, this one's fine. It's just like not even a coin flip. Though if you're playing like Curse Blessed, you can influence those.
Oh yeah, definitely. So. Ooh, yeah. Put some after that Dexter deck, get some Favor of the Moon going.
Yeah, right.
Get your Armageddon back. Yeah.
Might not be bad. It might not be good either.
It might not be good. That's usually always like the asterisk after might not be bad. It's like, oh, actually, wait a minute. But it also,
That doesn't mean that this does not mean that we think it is good. She's doing her best. Charles Xavier here. Like, I'm doing something. You can't see it.
Oh, that's a great Madhouse in the future. We need Charles Xavier, and then we need to figure out who Magneto is. That seems like a pretty good Madhouse for the future. It's along with the one that I dare not speak its name, but I'm still waiting. You'll know it when it hits. You're going to be like, really, Justin? This is what you're doing? Let's go to our number 11, which is Defiance level 0. This is an innate skill, commits for a wild. Before revealing chaos tokens for this test, choose one of the following symbols. Skull, Cultist, Tablet, or Squid. Ignore the effects of the chosen symbols during the test, including its modifier.
It just doesn't do anything most of the time.
Yep.
Like, you could play Unexpected Courage, or you could play this and watch it commit for one less symbol and probably do nothing.
Yep.
Obviously some scenarios, canceling like a skull might be more important. Like, I don't know, maybe if you're in the catacombs of Paris and you're really far away from where you started.
Yeah.
That kind of thing goes up in value. And you'll probably know which one you wanna cancel, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you do actually just get to, they're on a little sheet.
The scenario reference card. You'll know what it is. You'll know. And I think also, like, in cases where you just want to, like, outright avoid a token that can, like, just ruin you, odds are it's not going to hit, which is once again why this one is so much lower than, like, some people might put it, because the effect reads fine, but you're remembering the times where it saved you from getting poisoned in the Forgotten Age.
You commit this to one of Jim's tests, and you're like, skull.
Yeah.
And he's
I was thinking the exact same
son
thing.
of a bitch.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. Our number 10 is Enraptured. This is a practice skill, commits for a book. If the skill test is successful during an investigation, place one charge or secret on an asset you control.
Yeah, another purple skill that's just better in other colors, mostly.
Yep.
Though there are some investigators who can make use of it, like Marie Lambeau, who just have a high book score and also want to play the game with purple assets.
Yeah. I do play Enraptured a good chunk of time, but I do think that this is a pretty fair spot for it, all things considered, because you need to have a lot of pieces to come together to make sure that, you don't need a lot of pieces. You need your charge or secret asset in play. But, like, in your mulliganing and your deck, all that, it just can, like, take slots away from that, and you're, like, be building around it specifically, like, obviously, like Luke Robinson, where it starts in play, it goes up in value. But also the effect is not going to last you until Scenario 8. So, like, I'm also looking at getting rid of it pretty quick.
Maybe. I think it really depends on what you're reloading. I think the most misleading part about this is that we can't see this guy's Witchweed box anywhere, because there's no way that he just took a hit off of it and he's enraptured by the stars and he remembered to put it away.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's on his other side. He always keeps it on the left. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I buy that.
This is also one that I do like with the Astronomical Atlas, because, like, you want to play multiple times, and also obviously practice makes perfect. But we're really talking about what Bryn said earlier, where in non-mystics, this is where that really shines.
Yeah.
Because you need to have, like, a good book score.
I suppose you could be right. Maybe you do pass the Witchweed on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's how that works. And you remember to keep it moving.
Dude, we should make...
I gotcha.
All right, we should... let me know if you want this video, because it's awful, all right? We need to make a list video that's not in our normal Thursday slot, because I'm pretty sure we'll lose all of our followers. But we need to make, like, the God tier and the Nightmare Blunt rotation of investigators for Arkham Horror, the card game. So it's you and 3 other investigators passing the blunt around, and which one's the best and which one is your Nightmare Blunt rotation. That's a winner.
Yeah, like, Tommy's definitely one of the worst. It's like, guys, we shouldn't have this. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Just immediately arrest you. You're under arrest. Yeah. All right. Number 9 on our list is we got Prophesy. This is a practice skill. Commits for a wild. While there are 3 or more Doom in play, Prophesy gains wild. While there are 6 or more, it gains wild instead. I think this card's like once again, these Mystic cards are all, like, they're good enough to be played in a lot of decks. But they're not, like, moving the needle that much. It is a wild practice card. I know Travis really likes it.
That does really help it, like, get any play at all.
Yeah. It scales with the game, like, in terms of, like, when you want to be passing more risky tests is when it's going to be better.
Yeah.
There are some downsides where, like, sometimes there's, like, weird agendas where there's, like, fewer Doom in play. I like this in, like, Doom decks as well, to force it to be better and then clear it out. I think there's a lot of cool uses for it, but it's also just, like, an uncontrollable, unexpected courage.
Pretty much. It is better, though, than the upgraded Unexpected Courage, which is cool.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
You spend... I don't know, man. Survivor's weird. It's a weird,
that card's, like, mostly good if you're trying to protect your friends.
Yeah.
And you're like, you have 1 brain.
Dude, they should have just given it 2 extra symbols and called it a day.
Yeah, just, like, conditionless Promise of Power.
Yeah, just, it's 2 experience.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to play it. You can resourceful it, but there's better things you can be doing.
Make it practiced.
Let's go. Speaking of unexpected courage that you have to put a little work into it, our next one is Torrent of Power, which is actually very similar to Prophesy. This is a practice skill, commits for a while. An additional cost, you can commit, so you can spend up to 3 charges from among assets you control, and it gains Brain Wild for each charge spent this way. We put it above Prophesy because you have control over it.
Yeah, you know when it's going to be a good unexpected courage, and like, man, if somebody's got to make a brain test, you can be like, check it out, I can turn poop into gold, and they're like, that's amazing, and they forget all about the horrible thing.
So it gives you, it's what, 7 brain
if you burn
use 3 charges.
All the charges.
That's a ward of protection. That's gonna pass the test.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
maybe you needed to light a brazier, and it seemed like it was going to be really hard until somebody threw 7 at it, and they're just like, yeah, have at her.
That is pretty sick. I think that these cards.
every single one of these videos has to have. We have to talk about how some of the skills are good when you're trying to light the brazier.
It's true. I mean, it's true though. It's true. It is true.
Yeah. But this one we get to throw him for a loop because it's not the traditional one where you add one of your skills
to
the other
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this and Prophesy are pretty similar, and flip a coin, and you'll be happy.
Yeah, Prophesy has like a lower cost.
Yes.
For use, but Torrent of Power, because it has that cost of use, you know when it does.
Yeah.
Like you know when it's going to do the thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one here is we got Defiance level 2. This is innate and developed commits for a wild, and you ignore the effects of all symbol tokens except for the auto fail, Curse, Bless, Frost, and the new Cosmic token coming out in the new expansion.
Sorry, this is not me. Yep.
So ignore the effects of all those symbols. Greatest, one of the best flavor texts in the game, apart from maybe the one on Stunning Blow. It's better. It's better, and. In theory, it should be because it costs more experience, but it basically just turns the majority of your cup into a 0.
Yeah. It's a lot better than like 2 XP better.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's not really much to say. What we said about the first one, it's just more of a good thing.
Yeah, like it's really solid with like Dark Prophecy, where you can be like, I'm gonna draw this skull. Just kidding, no skulls this test.
Yeah.
The other one might actually be better there because you're more likely to find the one that you picked.
Yes. Yeah.
And didn't have to spend XP on, but this card is just better most of the time.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got is Ghastly Possession. Whoa! Look at it. It's the same pose. Let's go.
That's the spell pose.
It is. I mean, it's got to be right.
Yeah.
It's like in Seeker, guys over a book going like this.
Yeah.
There's millions of them. All right, Ghastly Possession. This is a 1 experience innate spell skill. After you commit it to a skill test on an asset, choose 1, place 1 doom on that asset. Ghastly Possession gains Wild. Or if it's successful, either remove 1 doom from that asset or replenish half of its uses rounded down. So this is what I usually upgrade if I'm playing like Enraptured in my deck to put charges on stuff. This is usually what it gets upgraded into because it's kind of just like more of that. In a Doom deck, I've never actually used the place a Doom on it function because just reloading your spells, like half of its uses is kind of sick. It's incredible on Brandicathuga and Divination, even Blur. Like the Edge of the Earth spells are powerful cards, and this just gives you more of it.
Yeah, it's also a spell, so you can get it back with Priean.
Yep.
Which is kind of neat, I guess. Arcane Initiate can find it.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Which is actually cool, unlike the previous statement, which is
not bad though. It is not bad statement.
It's again not bad. We do not approve of this course of action.
And I still have not done the thing where I want to do Silas and Chainsaw with this, but it'll happen eventually.
Yes, that does seem really cool.
Yeah. My only time I played Silas this year was in skills only, I think, so...
Why didn't you play Chainsaw?
Well, we had a small little rule we had to follow. A little handicap,
if you will. Chainsaws and
put a skill on them. Just see if we fooled anybody. All right, on to our number 5. We got Fearless level 2. This is an innate developed skill. Commits for 2 brain. If the skill test is successful, heal 1 horror, 2 horror instead if it succeeds by more. I'm going to do a tandem with this one because we also got Fearless level 0 as 4. And if it's successful, heal 1 horror, only commits for a brain. Only an innate skill not developed.
Yeah, you can tell it's developed because you have to put time into being better at it.
You have to be time to be more fearless, less fearful.
Yeah, less afraid of spiders or dead bodies or whatever.
I mean, I think like Fearless is, I mean, it is the Vicious Blow, Deduction, Survival Instinct, Opportunist of this. It was Opportunist the rogue one? That's the skill from the core set that.
Yeah, I think so.
But it didn't get the upgrade in the core set, did it?
They
just didn't get one, maybe. They just didn't get one.
No, Rogue probably just didn't get one.
So no, it was probably then. Yeah, they were the survivor for the set. But it's like that. But I do think that the level 0 one is more appealing to me as a whole. I'm going to be playing the upgraded one only if I have down the rabbit hole, essentially. I think that if the level 4 is in my deck, passively healing horror while advancing the game is going to get there.
You telling me the next time that we run like the blowjob boys, you're not just gonna play Lola Hayes and play like all of these?
That'd be really funny.
Just like, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
Like I got a blow for this, and like, oh sweet, okay,
it's Fearless.
Yeah, like I can't commit it to that test.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta be using your brain asset for that.
Jeez.
I think it also it has a home because you're gonna be doing your arcane research, so it makes that a little bit softer. You're gonna be doing your in the thick of it, makes that a little bit softer. I don't think it's great, but I'll be honest, most of these skills I think aren't great. Like to me, there's only like, unfortunately, like 1 or 2 that I consider to be like great mystic skills.
I mean, like Fearless is really good if you're playing like upgraded shriveling.
Yep.
Because you will need to figure out how not to kill yourself. It's really good if you're Carolyn, or not Carolyn. I mean, you can play it in Carolyn because
you actually technically can play it in Carolyn.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. What's her name? The waitress, Agnes Baker.
Agnes Baker. Yep.
Because health, that makes it like actually a vicious blow.
It does in a way. Yeah, it actually does.
Like the most roundabout way.
Yeah, definitely.
Taking the horror, doing the damage, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Sick.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what our number 3 is. We got Seal of the Elder Sign. This is a 5 experience spell expert skill. Commits for a wild. Do not reveal chaos tokens on the chaos bag for this test. Treat the chaos token revealed for this test as an Elder Sign. When it ends, remove Seal of the Elder Sign from the game.
So you're playing Jim. You're like, I really.
I've done this, Bryn. You can't. You're making fun of me. I know it. I'm gonna cry.
I really need a skull.
I have my Song of the Dead skull combo. This is gonna be my skull,
be like a
baby.
Vicious blow.
It's a vicious blow. A vicious blow level 2. In all fairness, just cost me 5 experience.
Don't mind me.
So, I do think that this card is. I told Britt. I said to Britt at the start. I feel like this card's like Boomer Arkham. It's definitely too expensive for like the current. Card pool, like for the effect, but the effect, as Bryn said when we were doing all this, is still very powerful. It's still a very like raw power card.
Yeah, I think if you zoom in there, you can actually see that it says like, hard cards make soft cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Whatever, Grandpa.
Yeah.
No, it is like very strong. There are some investigators who getting to choose when you use their Elder Sign is very powerful. There are some where it is much less good, like a Vicious Blow, or I'll fail and draw 3 cards, thank you. But some of them, like Dexter, you can be like, I'll pick up this empty spell and draw a card.
Yeah.
Also, I did the thing, the thing we were trying to do. Yeah, that got done. Mark Harrigan, where you can just be like, this is +5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
a lot of blue guys have good ones.
Yeah. Also, like I think as well, like if you are like have any access to like a Yorick or a Silas or a parallel skids on your team, that what I think are like, I mean, also like you could say Father Mateo, but I don't think Father Mateo's.
You got a Father Mateo on your team.
Yeah.
But he probably paid the 5
He's doing this, and they're like, hey, Father Mateo, I'm doing something, you should give it to me. Like, if you have like some winners to go for that, it is. I mean, this was once Travis's favorite card. He loved the hell out of this. Well, one of his favorites. I don't know if he still does, because it's just like one of those things. But I mean, like, the card is still powerful, just a bit overcosted.
Yeah, like it probably... I mean, it has to cost like 4 or 5 because it does just succeed the test. And you don't exile it. Like you do if you were red. That can do this for 2.
I mean, and also, like, it's one of those things, like, it also fills, like, a similar hole similar space that, like, justify the means and even analysis hole, which is just, like, passing a test.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing with a shotgun, this card is hype.
Yes.
Where you just get to be like, so what if dead? What if that guy was just gone? Forever. If you're playing untabooed, you can play this card with double or nothing, and be like, the difficulty of this test is 16. I don't, whatever.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. And
also, while we were building the list, I did theory craft. I don't know what it would be, but if there was like a lower level version that you could use the Mystic upgrade shenanigans with to like put in, I do think this card would see more play. And I think that's kind of the thing, that Mystic cards are just like really expensive XP wise, and now it's like they have kits to get there. It becomes harder to do stuff like this.
Can't you get this with Arcane whatever?
No, because you need to upgrade.
Does it have to be upgraded?
Yeah, it has to be upgraded.
Okay. You don't just get 2 for free?
No. That would be sick though. Take a level 0 card, if later get 2 seal the other signs. Yeah, because if there was like, I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, it's a bit boomer, but, you know, we're boomer ARKHAM players. We've been playing since the get-go, so, you know, we got boomer opinions. Get off our lawn, because we just watered it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that Switchblade is good.
No.
Or that back in my day we were happy to have it.
I mean, we do.
So we weren't. It wasn't good. It sucked.
It's never been good. Yep. All right, on to our number 2, which is Guts level 2. Innate develop 3 brain icons, max 1 commit per skill test. If it's successful, draw a card. 2 cards instead if you succeed by 2 or more.
Everything that's good about Guts, like you've probably heard us say it 100 times.
Yeah.
This is just that, but more if you got some extra XP, or maybe upgrading cards costs you less because you're purple.
You're a mystic. Yeah, you're a mystic. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like just what you do.
It's like kind of their game.
It feels so nice because like Mystic card draw still isn't like great. That's why Travis like plays the Scroll of Prophecy. Bro, what is it? The 3-cost asset that you draw 3, then discard one.
I think that one might be the Scroll of Prophecy.
Yeah, like it's like that's like some of the like really good or like on the better side for Mystic card draw, and this like is card draw, and you're gonna be using your brain anyway, and you're gonna get it for free or for 1 experience each down the road, so you might as well play it. It's really nice for that. And our number 1. You might be smart if you know what this is. You might be a little bit astute. So why don't we talk about our number 1 card, which is, you guessed it, Promise of Power. Practice curse skill, commits for 4 wilds. You did not read that incorrectly. And after you commit to a skill test, add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, take 2 horror instead. I see the theory that 1 curse token means that this is actually only an unexpected courage. I see the theory, but unfortunately, that is absolutely not the case at all.
Yeah, you might not draw the token.
Yeah.
Ever,
actually, yeah.
Like
yeah.
You might just start the next scenario with it in the bag and then draw it and be like, who put that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is actually from the Promise of Power last game.
Yeah, we have done this.
I will say though, I've had it happen where you put the only curse token in, you draw it, and you're like, what the fuck? That's not fair. That's not how Promise of Power is supposed to work. Also, this card is somehow getting an upgrade. Like, have you seen the purple level 4 book from Hemlock Vale? Okay,
I haven't seen anything.
It's insane. We were going to talk about it today, but we'll talk about it when Travis is next week. But it's a Mystic asset, takes up a hand slot, 4 experience. I think it's 2 cost, a unique book, and it has 2 lightning bolt abilities. One is if there's more bless than curse tokens in the bag, remove a bless, heal 2 damage and horror from allies, and investigate your location. The
agency backup, let's go.
The curse one, if there's more curse, you remove it and you gain 2 resources.
That also seems very good.
So just like now, Promise of Power is just also 2 resources as well.
You should play these in one of your decks, and then just tell Travis we don't need the tokens.
Yeah,
and then be like, oh, I can't.
Yeah,
I'll take 2 more.
I've seen it happen. I played with an Amanda player who actually they took like 4 horror from Promise of Powers, which was really funny to see, you know, because they were a curse deck and it just kind of got out of hand.
Yeah, it's just another reason why she's not good.
Yeah, Promise of Power is bonkers. It's insane. It's the reason why the new scale is the Ward of Protection scale. because Unexpected Courage just doesn't describe it enough. This just passes your test.
Yeah. It's sort of like looking at one of those magic cards that costs a lot of the same colored mana.
Yeah.
Only 4 is countable at a glance. 5, I gotta stop and make sure.
Yeah, 100%. If this had 5, I'd be
it's like 4 green.
Yeah.
I can count 4 green. Yeah. 5 green, like
too many. Yeah.
Oh man, is that 6?
Get the 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Wild card, and I think easily, I don't think anyone would disagree. It's the best Mystic skill.
Get it? Wild.
We had to say it 4 times though, but I'm not going to do that.
Wild.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next week we are going to have a Christmas list. We don't know what it is yet, and we don't even know if it's going to be good. So I'm not trying to set the standards this high, but we're going to have some sort of Christmas list next week because it is the Christmas season. So I hope you enjoy it. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.